upon a time took 48. My old radio partner in San Francisco, Rick Barry, once took 48. Right. But Steph was on track in the third quarter to take 52 total shots if you multiply it out. And what happened? He only made 2 threes, right?
But he had 15 points.
Okay, but he's a three-point gunner. It's what he does. It's what that building is geared for. It wants to explode on three-point shots, and they could not explode because every time you thought that here comes the steamroll, here comes the overpowering Steph Curry where he just shoots you out of the gym, Toronto answered every shot with three-point shots.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip, but what was Toronto supposed to do? Let him shoot three? They did a great job of running him off the three-point line.
I'm just saying, but that's who he's supposed to be.
But Skip,
that was his night. That was his night. That should have been his night.
Okay, Skip, but
help me out. Did you think he had 47? Because at the end of the game, I'm like, 47? Where did those come from? Skip, a lot of twos, a lot of free throws. Those will not do it at Oracle. But they will not start the fire.
But let me ask you a question. Is this team, how good is this team? If you take this team as it's constructed right now, minus KD, minus Klay Thompson, how good are they with Steph?
I'm making a point. I'm going to keep going on my point.
Well, I mean, you going to let me talk?
What was the final score? I'm talking right now. It's my turn. You got your turn. You went blah, 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 blah out of the box here.
You don't like what I can't even remember. Go ahead, make your point.
Okay, what was the real final score of this game? 17-12. That was the final score because Toronto out-Stephed Steph in his own house 17-12 in three-point shots. And they were made by any and everybody.
You know what you just said? You said they out three-pointed Steph.
Yep.
What about the Warriors?
Well,
it's a team game. Okay. You always want to make it about an individual. It's a team sport, not an individual sport.
Guess what last night proved? Who was my MVP pick before the series started? Klay Thompson.
So they'd have won the game. If they'd had Klay instead of Steph, they'd have won.
They would have definitely won the game.
No,
with Klay and Steph.
No.
Stop.
No. You just said Klay is more valuable. So
I didn't say he's more valuable. I just said you have to have him. Steph needs him. It has to be Splash Brothers, plural. It's not Splash Brothers.
So let me ask you a question. Okay? How many MVPs for Klay?
Well, again, he is completely underrated to me. That's why he deserves to have a finals MVP.
I'm not saying that he's not underrated, but I'm asking. So you saying he's a better player than Steph Curry?
No, but he is extremely valuable. And he's right up there because
he can valuable than Steph?
He can defend at a high level. Yes, and all of a sudden, number 2 had his way last night because there's no primary defender because Iggy's hobbled and Klay is out. So let's look at the third quarter, shall we? Because this is supposed to be the quarter, right? And Steph's saying, okay, here I come. So he leads them on a 7-0 run in the middle of the third quarter. And now we get to the 8:45 mark. And I'm going to give number 2 this. He made one big shot in the whole night. He made 1 3 at 8:45. And that put the score back up to 10 points. And it was pretty big. But Iggy came right back down and made his 3. And now it's back down to 7. Guess who shows up now? Kyle Lowry hits a 3, back up to 10. Here comes Steph down, and he makes a 3 to cut it back. At that point, it cut it back to 8. Guess who shows up? Van Vliet. He hits a 3. Now it's back up to 11. Then Draymond comes down and cuts in for a layup, and Van Vliet does it again. He hits a big pull-up from 19 feet, and they're back up 9. Then number 2 hit another 3 right on top of that, but then Bogut makes a basket, and finally, here comes Danny Green. And you know what he does? In less than 2 minutes, he makes 3 threes at the end of the quarter.
And that, boom, boom, boom.
And all of a sudden, that felt like game over.
But because the thing was, Skip, is that every run that the Warriors would try and mount, they would quail it.
Okay.
This was only the 3rd time in NBA Finals history, Skip, you had a team go 50, 40, 90. They went 50 from the field, 40 from the 3, 90 from the free throw line. The 17 Dubs did it, and the 86 Celtics. That's how good their offense was. Now, they always talk about the Warriors. When you listen to them talk, he said it's in their DNA. What is their DNA, Skip? Defense. Well, they gave up 123 points.
Yep.
What do you expect?
So, the biggest run of the night was the one I just told you, mid-third quarter. That's the most Steph could do was get them on a 7-0 run. It wasn't an 18-0 or a 20-0 run. It was only 7-0. He never was able to bring down the house. The roof never fell in with him making 3-point shots. He made only 6. And again, Danny Green made 6. Only 6. He's made 13 as a career high. Okay, that was his night. I'm just saying, I will forget this game because he had his opportunity to say, you know what, I don't need Kevin Durant. For that matter, I don't really need my Splash Brother.
Stop.
Right? Okay.
Why do you do that? You know, what makes this team so unbeatable is because they have Steph, Klay, and KD.
Okay.
That's what makes them unbeatable.
Okay. Well, you've been arguing that Steph has a chance to prove he's a top 10 player.
Yes.
I didn't even see top 30 last night.
Stop it, Skip.
Well, I'm starting it.
No.
You try to stop it, but you can't.
Skip. He was playing without Clay.
Okay, show me. It's your house.
He was playing.
It's your house. Sorry.
Playing without Clay.
Okay.
He's playing without KD.
Okay.
What do you expect them to do? Name the team in the history that's won the finals without 2 All-Stars. And one of them is an MVP. Skip, this is a team game.
This guy's a 2-time MVP and once unanimous, and that never happened before.
He is.
Yeah.
But what about the other players that he's playing with? So what you expecting from Quinn Cook? What you expecting for Boogie that just came off injury? Sean Livingston.
I think you were expecting a whole lot from Boogie because you picked him yesterday. Did you not?
Skip.
You were raving about him. You said he was the MVP of Game 2, right?
He was.
Okay.
Skip, I also said I was expecting, and I think most people were expecting, that Klay Thompson was going to play. He had talked about it. We saw him shooting in the video mock-up yesterday, and he looked okay. And you said, well, he's moving. But offense wasn't going to be the issue. Defense, because you can guess, okay, I want to go here, and you can get there. But on defense, you got to go where the defender to go, and you never know where he's going to go. And so you got to react in a sudden notice.
Okay.
You know, hamstrings don't like suddenness, especially if they're irritated. But to say Steph was a goof yesterday, I thought he was spectacular.
I didn't say he was a goof. I just said the mystique and the magic have faded.
Actually, his mystique grew but it also goes to show you that a very good team will suppress any great outcome. Because, Skip, we've seen it in history. We've seen some of the great
see, the Raptors just shrugged at Steph last night. They just shrugged him off. Okay.
Oh, but
go ahead and take a shot.
Okay, look at this. Steph had 47. The next closest was Draymond with 17. They had 5 guys with 17 or more. How do you beat that? What do you want Steph to score, 70?
Which brings me to my biggest picture point about last night. As I step back and look back at Game 2, Toronto should be up 3-0.
They should. Yes, absolutely.
And the biggest culprit of Game 2 is still number 2. I'm sorry. He had it in the palm of his gigantic hands. Clay went out with 8 minutes left for the game, for good. Steph came back in, 8 minutes left. Steph down the stretch goes 0 for 0. He can't even get a shot up. He can't get to the free throw line. He scores 0 points. That's 8 minutes worth of no Steph.
Okay.
And it's time for number 2 just to say, this is my house. I own this game. Golden State did not score a point from 5:39 all the way down to 7 seconds left. They had 8 straight empty possessions, and number 2 couldn't close that deal. If he had, we'd be talking 3-0. We'd be saying, who cares if Durant and Clay come back? Would we not be saying that?
Okay, Skip. He didn't score 55 or he didn't score 45, and he wasn't able to get it going. He had 30 plus, but it wasn't enough.
0 for 3 from 3 down the stretch in the last 8 minutes, and then in the last minute and a half, he missed 2 two-point jump shots.
But you see,
you got to make. If you make one of them, we could be talking about 3-0 right now.
But you see the difference when your teammates comes to the party also, because even though there were spurts last night that Kawhi didn't have it going, but there was Siakam. There was Marc Gasol. There was Kyle Lowry. There was Danny Green. There was Van Fleet. See, when you can throw so many, you don't need your one guy. Yeah, it'd be great for your superstar to play great every game, but you're not going to get that. You won't even get him to play great for every quarter. But when you get a performance like this, and they're undermanned, they're vastly undermanned. No Clay, no KD. If they had both of those guys, you and I both
told you, Draymond Green, 3-time All-Star.
Yeah, Skip.
Let me
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Everybody's healthy. Kawhi is healthy. KD's healthy. Klay Thompson is healthy. What would be the series right now after 3 games? If everybody's healthy.
If KD is healthy.
If KD's healthy.
I'd say Warriors would be up 2-1.
I say Warriors will be up 3-0.
Oh, really?
3-0.
You're just trying to protect your man LeBron. He doesn't have enough help. That's always your point.
What am I trying to?
He doesn't have that kind of help.
You do realize what you're watching?
You do realize the Clippers beat that full-strength team twice in the first round and beat them at Oracle?
No.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
you got to beat them
just
4
asked
times.
me a question.
You got to beat them 4 times.
Well, you just said it'd be 3-0, and I said the Clippers won 2 games at Oracle. They won 2 games.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't like the way they were playing with Kevin Durant. I told you if Kevin Durant had stayed healthy against Houston, I think Houston would have won that series. They were a troubled basketball team. It was not clicking.
Katie makes it click.
Okay. Really? Really?
They're not a better team.
So they lost 6 home games by 20-plus points because KD makes it click. I get it.
Skip.
Nope, not giving you that.
Can someone beat them one time? Can someone beat them twice in a series? But in order to take this team down, you got to get to 4.
Okay, so what's your point? You asked me what the score would be right now if they were full strength, and I said, I'll give you 2-1 up because they would have split in Toronto and won last night.
Okay.
That simple.
So
but would I trust them to win game 4? Nope, I would not. I would still be picking Golden State in 7 games. 7 games.
With KD healthy?
Heck yeah.
You out your mind.
Yeah.
KD may be settling this debate for you two gentlemen. There's a chance he might scrimmage against some of the Warriors staff a little bit later today, and that will beg the question, will the Warriors get Klay and KD back for tomorrow night? They're going to chew on that one coming up next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM.